Donc bonjour les amis, on se retrouve pas vraiment pour la suite de Stanley, mais on va faire les autres fins. Qu'en fait, bon, je me suis dit, allez, je vais faire les autres fins. Alors les autres fins, alors j'ai vite fait regarder. Je crois, attends peu, je regarde vite fait les touches.
Trace of his co-workers.
Attendez, vite fait. J'appuie sur F4, ça ne marche pas. Donc on aura enfin un truc à faire avec la console. Peut pas. Je crois qu'il y a un truc avec les PC.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Ah voilà les gens. Ah, et voilà. Fight.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Prenons une minute pour en profiter.
Take a minute just to drink it all in. Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Il y a de la musique.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way.
Bon, vous êtes d'accord, on va recommencer. Donc voilà, il y avait cette fin qu'on n'avait pas fait. Après, il y a d'autres trucs avec la console. Cette console de... Cette console ne veut pas apparaître.
What could it mean?
Bon,
Stanley
bref.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Attendez, j'ai dû... Ah, on peut ouvrir certaines portes. C'est pas mal tout ça.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single
je reviens les
difference,
amis.
nor did it advance.
Donc on reprend. Donc
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Alors,
simply
si j'ai
missed
bien
a memo.
compris... Alors, le fait... Il y a un truc avec le... Donc, en fait, à chaque fois que j'active un ordinateur, en fait, il faut que je redémarre le jeu. Alors, c'est un peu compliqué quand même.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Voilà. Regardez, il y a 3 barres. On a 3 barres. Donc, on redémarre le jeu. On commence à nouveau. Bah ça, il n'y a pas beaucoup de PC, donc on regarde un peu partout.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter.
Voilà. Ça fait... Il en manque plus qu'un seul, les gens.
Stanley knew the...
Ah, voilà. What happened? Welcome to Stanley to Even. En gros, je suis au paradis, les gens. Ouais. Je suis au paradis, les gens. J'appuie sur les boutons que je veux. Ouais. 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 Tellement cool le jeu. C'est trop cool les gens, ben, on va arrêter là. What?
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Ok. Si tu veux. Hein. Si tu veux. Donc je reviens tout de suite les amis. Donc voilà. On va aller au bureau du monsieur.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
C'est chelou ce truc. Il y a un balai. Moi je veux le balai.
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Vas-y, moi je veux le balai. Je veux le balai. Je veux être une sorcière. Je veux être une sorcière. Hey.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Je veux le tournevis. On peut pas casser l'ampoule là.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Le narrateur il est en train de rager.
Explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Ça fait quoi si je reste encore à l'intérieur? Hein?
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
C'est quoi si je reste encore? Il va encore m'engueuler?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your
Voilà,
friends,
voilà,
you'll
comment faire.
say, "Oh, did you
T'as
get
trouvé
the
la fin dans le
broom
placard à
closet
balai?
ending? The broom closet
C'était la
ending
fin.
was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
What? MDR.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Et-
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Il était trop
That old
moche.
drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
S'il te plaît. Holy shit.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on
Tu
right
dois être
now.
mort.
You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system.
Tu t'es écroulé sur ton plat. Holy shit.
Well, in a situation like
Dans une
this,
situation
the
pareille, la bonne chose à
responsible
faire, c'est
thing
de
is to
donner
alert
l'alerte
someone
afin que
nearby,
quelqu'un
so as
prenne
to
le corps en
ensure that
charge
your body is
avant
taken
qu'il
care
ne
of
commence à
before
se
it begins to
décomposer.
decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on
Comment
the
ça,
history of
il
narrative
pète un
tropes
câble,
in
là,
video
le-
gaming, so that the
Narrateur.
irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
C'est tellement bien le jeu.
When you've done
Quand
that,
vous avez
just
fait
step
ça,
out into
sortez
the
juste dans le
hallway.
couloir.
Ah, second player. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus?
No.
Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Il va rien dire? Il va rien dire? Oh, il dit rien.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Voilà. Mec, trouver une technique pour pas que la porte se ferme. C'est pas OP ça?
Stepping in.
Tu m'appelles pour qui là? What? C'est quoi cette salle? To be rich, is it a crime? Être riche est-il un crime? Commettre des crimes n'est pas... Est-ce que ce n'est pas riche? Qu'est-ce qu'une vie? Si c'était en gros d'avoir... Si on devait prendre juste un? What the hell? Lol, ça c'est tout s'est réouvert. Ah, mais ok. D'accord. You are now leaving. Bah, je me casse. Escape. Bon, c'est fermé. Oh, bah, on se casse, les gens. On se casse. On se casse, on se casse. On se casse, on se casse. On se casse, on se casse. On se casse. On se casse, 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 on se casse. Et je crois que ça va jamais se finir. Hey hey, ça va jamais se finir. On va juste mettre 100 ans à monter ces escaliers. On va juste mettre 100 ans. On va juste mettre 100 ans. Pourquoi on peut pas prendre l'ascenseur? Ça aurait été plus vite. Ah, c'est la fin. This is the end. This is... What? Il s'est passé quoi là? Ok. Non, non.
Stanley
Non.
simply
Donc voilà, j'ai fait toutes les fins, enfin du moins presque toutes les fins, parce que j'arrive pas à afficher cette putain de console, excusez-moi pour l'expression. Donc gros les gens, on a... Cette fois on a la console. Cette fois on a la console. Donc ce qu'il faut faire c'est... Vous savez à un moment on est tombé dans une salle bleue, si vous vous en rappelez. Donc il faut pas arrêter de redémarrer le jeu, si j'ai bien compris. Et on va, au bout d'un moment, on va tomber dans une salle bleue. What?
When Stanley came to a set of...
Ouais, c'est chelou ça. Que ce soit comme ça. Holy shit, les gens. Holy shit.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Genre le mec vénère quoi. Non, je savais pas. Holy shit. Restart, 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 restart. Ah! Voilà les gens. On est dans une salle
All
bleue.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Et voilà. Welcome to the whiteboard engine. Console bark. En gros, on fait la console. On écrit bark. Voilà. En fait, à chaque clic ou à chaque interaction, bah, ça fait le bruit d'un chien.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. No, it didn't bounce the stuff
Après, le
any
deuxième
way.
truc, là, c'est taper SV Sheets 1.
Stanley, this is me
Je
being
suis sérieux
serious.
maintenant. D'ailleurs,
In fact, this is my serious room. It's where I come to be serious. That table is the most serious table I could find. I looked at many, many tables, hundreds of tables. It's possible I looked at over 1,000 tables. I honestly don't know. The specific number isn't as important as the understanding that of all tables I looked at, this one is the most serious. I relate this story to impress upon you the extent to which this is the most serious room I have. Which is
c'est la
why
salle
I
la
brought
plus
you
sérieuse
here.
du jeu.
You
Voilà.
just tried to activate server cheats, which of course runs the risk of breaking the entire game. You've got no respect for the strict order of scripted narrative events, and I just can't have that. It's time to get serious, Stanley. No jokes, no games. Outside of this room, I might be more tolerant of those things, but now we're in the room. Which is why I'm subjecting you to the most serious punishment I can think of. 100
Voilà, 1 million, un
trillion
trilliard
years
d'années de
standing
rester dans
here
la
in
salle
the
fermée.
serious room. Perhaps after that, we can talk about the severity of your actions and whether you've learned anything. But until then, serious room, go.
En fait, c'est à chaque fois que quand on tape ça.
Whoa. Did we not
Ouais,
have the
ce que je viens de
talk?
dire.
Are we
Nous
not
ne
in the
sommes pas dans la salle
serious room
sérieuse,
this
en cet
very
instant précis.
moment? Did I not tell you how many tables I looked through? I'm going to be conservative and say it was somewhere in the tens of thousands of tables. Any reasonable person would say I spent an absurd amount of time doing nothing but looking at tables, and I genuinely considered each one too. I took a hell of a lot of notes. I kept the notes in a different room. That room is less serious than this one. It's more of
C'est plutôt une salle de notes.
a notes room. Again, the point of this story is to convey how serious I feel this cheating issue is. And I'm sure you'll agree with me once you've fulfilled your new punishment. Infinity years
On aura
in
fini
the serious
l'année dans la
room.
salle sérieuse.
I generally have trouble reading human emotions, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you're devastated by this crippling new punishment. As well you should be. It's the most serious I could think of. Can you get more serious than that? No, you can't. Don't try.
Et voilà, et voilà.
Still
Toujours
no
aucun
effect.
effet. Le problème,
The
c'est la salle
problem is
sérieuse.
clearly the
Elle n'est
serious
pas
room.
assez
It isn't
sérieuse, désolé,
serious enough.
c'est ma faute, je m'en excuse.
That's on me, Stanley. I apologize. I'm going to the store to look through
Je
more
vais aller voir
tables.
d'autres tables, peut-être que j'en
Hopefully,
trouverai
I
une qui
find
montre
one
vraiment à
that
quel point
conveys
je suis
how
ignoble.
wrong what you're doing
Où
is.
vais-je laisser mes notes?
Now, where did I put those notes?
On va en faire un coup. Hop, un coup de lazy sheet encore. Voilà, j'ai l'impression qu'il ne se passe plus rien. J'ai beau taper SV sheet. SV Gravity. Voilà, voilà, je change la merde. Voilà, je peux pas sauter. 0, voilà. Je change tout. Je suis SV sheet. Si je mets SV sheet. SV sheet 0. Bon, je remets 1. Si je mets SV sheet 2, 1, je dis quoi de ça? Bon voilà, donc bon, j'espère que vous avez apprécié cette vidéo qui regroupe un peu toutes les fins de Stanley Parable. Donc si vous avez encore d'autres fins, n'hésitez pas à le mettre dans les commentaires. Du moins, je pense les avoir toutes faites. Oh. Je commence à être fatigué moi aussi, ouais. Avec tous ces pays là, avec toutes ces fins. Donc voilà, j'espère que vous avez apprécié cette vidéo. Donc on se retrouve pour d'autres vidéos. Et d'ici là, portez-vous bien. Allez, ciao.
Bonjour. Et là, il va nous sauter dessus. Sauter dessus. Je sais pas, j'ai fait ce qu'il m'a dit. Hein.